Boom, we're back, and we have some gi because CIERA decides to wear pants in a no-gi match. We have CIERA, the white belt, on the left, and we have me, Tyler, the black belt, on the right. Let's see how she does. Now, CIERA didn't really want to roll with me because she likes ski, but I'm bigger and I'm the male, so she can't say no, and I'm going to get her in this wrestling clinch. I start moving into her, and I need to get a deep waist, so I have to bring my hips in and bump her up. Once I do this, I can really get my arm across her back. Now from here, I'm going to hit a nice trip. I bring my right leg in, pull her over, and I slam her to the mat. Unfortunately for CIERA, she didn't post quite in time, so she wasn't able to stop all the impact from the fall. Now, as soon as I land here in the bottom, CIERA's going to say, I can't believe he's beating me with one arm to somebody off camera. I can't believe it because, I mean, she's just a white belt. Now from here, I'm moving in. I'm trying to pass this guard. I make sure to keep my head tight to her until I can go for a small knee slide. It's very small because CIERA has no way to defend against this. And then as soon as we get to this spot, I'm moving into side control. Now look how much room I give CIERA for an underhook. I let her have the underhook so I can immediately take mount. If you don't have that transition in your game yet, you should add it. And if you're a white belt, I'm sure your coach does that to you all the time if they keep taking mount on you. So if you go for an underhook, you have to stay tight so that doesn't happen. Now, I start lifting her head because I'm looking for the mounted triangle. I have to set this up nicely, and I can only set up with one arm, so I have to go to guard. I don't usually prefer to fall into guard, but in this position when I only have one hand to help me, it's much easier to roll back to guard to get the triangle finish. I bring her elbow across, I lock up the figure four, and she taps prematurely. Thankfully, it was her prematurely and not me. Now, we quick do my question of the day. Who are your favorite jiu-jitsu YouTubers? I want to know what other people like to watch so I can try and see how they compare to me and how I can make my content better. Do you like Jedi, Chewie, Knights? Let me know in the comments below. I again am looking for a deep waist on CIERA, but she's doing a nice job this time about trying to push off of me. Now this is technically considered stalling because she's constantly fleeing the match, but we're not in a wrestling competition, so I'm not going to count that against her. She just doesn't want me to embarrass her so easily like I did with that first attempt. She spins around, I return to the mat. Unfortunately, I am going to embarrass her with this Yoel Romero ankle pick. Let's see that one more time. As she comes in, I change my level, I grab her ankle, and I pull her down so easily. I cannot believe anybody would ever fall for that, but when you consider I'm just as big as Joel Romero, I guess I should have seen it coming. Now this is unfortunate for CIERA. She's feeling mentally exhausted because I got such a nice takedown on her, so I can do whatever I want. I knee slide, I go to mount, we're in this position once again, but she's starting to feel a little defeated after that. She's even getting fed up with me and wants to try and poke my mouth guard. Not allowed in this match, however, so I'm going to have to go to a submission because of that. Now, I'm starting to move around. I'm trying to grab my own shin. This is a nice way just to set up some back control if she allows me to turn, but she's not going to do that. Instead, I have to be patient because I want to get her into guillotine. I want her to roll into me. That's always my guillotine setup, but she does a nice job defending the neck. However, she puts herself in this terrible position, and I show her why I am a masseuse. I bring my legs over the spine, I lock up a figure four, and all I have to do here is to compress her back. Once I compress her back, that is a terrible spot and she's forced to tap because she had no posture. Now I should say sorry to CIERA because I did not want the match to go this bad for her. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes when you're the white belt. Now we start standing again and we're going to initiate the wrestling. Not a good start for her, but it has to be done. She's moving around with me. She wants to defend some things and I go for the Yoel Romero ankle pick once again. However, thank God she defends it this time, but she grabs my head. Now if you're a bad wrestler, everybody seems to think that they should go for a headlock. I'm telling you right now, the headlock sucks. There's only a few times you can use it well. All I had to do was change my level there and she fell to the floor on her own accord. So stop going for the headlock if that's your main thing when you're standing and doing jiu-jitsu. I already move into the mount and once I'm here, I hit her with the front choke. The front choke, yes, a culturally insensitive move on CIERA. I'm not crushing the esophagus, so luckily it is still legal, but CIERA defends it nicely because let's be honest, it is a terrible move. I just wanted to see if I could get it on her. Now CIERA rolls to her side, and I decide that if I want to be Yoel Romero, I could probably also be Brock Larson. I just start crushing her with all my immense weight and power, and she's unable to move. I'm even reaching under the arm to try and set up an arm bar. Now she's flat in her belly, so I just sit on her back and I start to yank her backwards. She does a nice job grabbing her hands together, but I hit her with a compression lock. I love this submission. I do it to people all the time when I go for the arm bar. I bring my leg over the grip, then I figure four them together, and I compress everything until she has to tap. I think you should also add that to your game if you are not good at finishing arm bars because they gable grip or they connect their hands. Now we start standing again, and CIERA says she compliments me. She's going to get out of the trouble she's about to face, but that's not true. Instead, I'm going to hit her with another Yoel Romero, and we're going to listen to her reaction.
No, fuck.
Yep, CIERA got caught with the same takedown once again. I can't stop grabbing the ankle wins there, and it's so free. It's such an easy takedown against her that I feel pretty good about doing it. Now I come down into her and I can decide to do whatever I want because she's become a mental midget. That means she's mentally defeated, she has no willpower, and I can do whatever I want from here. I move to side control, to mount, to knee mount on the opposite side. Really, the world is my oyster. Now it would be nice if I could do a guillotine, but instead I do a special move just for her. I start standing and I don't do much so she can move around. Now look how wonderfully my feet move so I don't step on her ponytail because that would be a dick move for sure. She's able to push out a little bit and hopefully she can try and stand up. Instead, she just stays on her back and I hit her with this reverse ride. Now from the reverse ride, I like this position because it's really easy bait for them to try and get guillotined. I want them to roll into me, but CIERA does a cheeky move here. She pulls my hand and she's even pulling my fingers individually apart. That makes me a little bit angry, so I let go of the guillotine and then she goes for her own guillotine to disrespect me. Now when I'm defending the guillotine, my head goes in and then I kick her back because I know her hands are occupied so she can't post. Immediately following this transition, I go to my own guillotine because I have to finish her and put her in guillotine city. I get the one-arm guillotine finish with my right hand until she's forced to tap, and that brings us to the end of the roll. If you want some awesome jiu-jitsu gear like me, go to xmartial.com. You can find my link in the description to get your own sweet gear at a discount. Also, thank you all my current patrons and viewers. I just hit 10,000 subscribers, so thank you everybody for all the help. I appreciate all of you.